And we welcome you back here on NEC Front Row as Robert Morris defeats the Coppin State Eagles 85-60. We're now joined by Robert Morris Associate Head Coach Charlie Biscaglia. And Coach Charlie, a big victory over a team that you've struggled with over the years, but you got the big win today, and it was in very convincing fashion.
Yeah, we played well today. I thought we played hard. We made a lot of mistakes in the second half defensively, but we played really hard, and I thought we kind of grew a little bit on offense today, sharing the ball a little bit more and understanding what we needed to do. So, I thought we played a better game. I think we've taken steps each game so far, so I'm happy with that. And, Coppin State, they came in here and they were battling. They didn't quit, but we just gave them a real good effort tonight, and the ball was going in the basket, and that's why we got as many points, and that's why it looked so lopsided.
Yeah, and Robert Morris played so well in this game, and you look at the score and might think Robert Morris even played better than what actually occurred, and you look at the turnover margin. Is that the one thing to maybe try to improve on here in this game? Because you're getting points, you're getting stops. Banu got the record, but
turnovers with this team, it's hard to avoid. They really pressure the ball a lot, and we have so many freshmen out there, and it's really tough sometimes to keep the turnovers down when the pressure's all over the court. So I thought we did a pretty good job. We started off early with too many of them, and it was when they were really rested and really getting up on us. But as the game developed, in the middle part of the game, I thought we really controlled the ball a lot better, and the turnovers were much less. As it got down the end, we had some lineups in the game that weren't used to playing with each other as much. Right. I think they were kind of a little freaked by that, but really no excuses. We're just young, and we just got to grow up fast because our young players are playing a lot of minutes for us.
You talk about the youth, and obviously that's evident, but how about your center, Artemis Banu? Another fantastic performance with 17 points and 17 rebounds, and with those 17 rebounds, she is now the all-time leading rebounder in Robert Morris history.
She's been great. She's been great. She did a nice job again today. We took her out with about 10 minutes to go in the second half. If not, she probably would have hit a lot more points, but it was a smart move to make with a player like her. We want to do everything we can to keep her fresh and keep her healthy and give the other kids some time to play, but also a special night for her. Like you said, all-time leading rebounder. That's a real big accomplishment, because the girl that she passed was such a great rebounder herself. One of the few all Hall of Famers to come out of the women's basketball program outside of, the players that are going to be inducted from the last 10 years. They haven't got there yet. So she was a great rebounder. So it's an honor for Artemis to go past somebody that was such a great rebounder, and she didn't have to do it easy. She averaged 16-point-some rebounds last year, led the whole nation in rebounding. So this isn't just rebounding leader of this school. You know what I mean? She passed a really good rebounder, and she had to lead the nation in rebounding last year to get it. So, my hat's off to her. She's done really well.
Yeah, I mean, and we say on the broadcast, Artemis Banu assured to be a Hall of Famer herself one day in the future, right. But it looks to me like Robert Morris even a more athletic team this year, and the depth. Kind of speak on the depth of this team, because you have several players with Ashley Ravelli and now Brown, a newcomer, that can play the point, that can also be a shooter. So much depth on this team gives a benefit to you guys that you didn't have a season ago.
Oh, of course. After last season, we're just happy to have players to rotate. It was a mess just trying to keep people fresh and hang in there down the stretch and play hard enough. And, it's been nice. We still have a lot of youth on the perimeter, but we're rotating them. So if someone makes a mistake, we can get them out, talk to them, coach them, instead of leaving them out there and say, well, we're going to have to handle this in film after the game. So, rotation's been much better for us today, and it should be better as long as we stay healthy for the future. And that's what's allowed us to do the more things that, you guys are accustomed to see us doing, pressuring more on the perimeter, being more of a man-to-man defensive team and not sitting in the zone the whole game. We've been able to do that now as the freshmen are learning, and that's what's been so energetic about this program right now.
Talk about the return of Luma Tali. It really seems like here in game number 3, she's settling in and getting back into the swing of things after the injury last year.
It's really tough because, she works so hard to get back, and then she still, feels a little uncomfortable sometimes doing something that she could do last year before she got hurt. And I think today was a big step because she got a lot of opportunities to shoot the ball because our offense was moving so well. And, that's going to get her confidence up. And her confidence started getting up, and then we got that beautiful take on the left side where she went up against the big helping in the paint. and kissed it off the glass. That was gorgeous. And those kind of baskets I think we're going to remember as she continues to grow mentally and get herself back to where she feels comfortable. She had a great rebound also on an offensive end when Anna Nicky shot it from the corner, and then she crashed in on the weak side, went up and got it, and called timeout as she was on the floor. Those are the kind of plays that, a month ago, she would not have been comfortable going to the basket like that, going up and getting it and getting on the floor. So she's coming. She's coming. We just need her to keep coming, and hopefully these plays they'll ignite her to do that.
Yeah, and Artemis Banu logged every minute of every game a season ago, but here against Marshall and then here tonight, able to give her some rest. Was that something you guys are almost excited on? I'd obviously figure you're excited to be able to give her some rest and keep her healthy. She's the MVP of the team, and you need her for a long haul with now expectations as the NEC Conference favorite.
Well, there was a few reasons for it. Number one was we were going to take her out. If the lead was about the same, we were going to take her out with about 8 minutes, but she started getting a little hot out there. And I guess somebody was, talking to her, or John at her or something on the other side. I was trying to calm her down, so it was a good time to get her out a little bit earlier, but I think it was a well-deserved rest tonight. I mean, we have a long break after this, but, she's played a lot of minutes for us, and she just doesn't stop herself. She'll play, if we went into 5 overtimes tonight, she would play the whole way. She just never wants to come out of the game. So, sometimes we got to show her, hey, you got to come out, you got to take a blow. We're up 30 right now. Let's get some of the other kids in and get some more, get them some time that it's sometimes you're not able to do. So, that she has to understand. But, it was a plan to take her out with about 8, but we got sped up a little bit because she started getting a little emotional out there, and she's come a long way with that, but she still does once in a while.
Last question, Coach Charlie, as Robert Morris defeats Coppin State 85-60 to improve to 2-1 on the season. You've got UMBC coming into the Sewell Center this upcoming Saturday, a team that obviously has had their struggles early in this season, but you can't overlook.
No, definitely not. They're a well-coached team. They've been to the tournament, and, Coach Stern does a great job. And, especially they just played a common opponent, and they lost to Coppin. So, they're going to, people are going to say, well, you beat Coppin, and they lost to Coppin.
Sure.
But matchups are different than everything. I thought we did a great job of scouting this game and knowing what they were going to do. We got to go back in as coaching staff and as a team now and handle success. You can't just be complacent. Well, we won 2 in a row, great. Let's relax. Let's not focus anymore. We got to go back and watch that film. We made a lot of mistakes out there, especially in the second half defensively. So we got to get back to basics now, and we got to keep that hunger inside of us to say, hey, UMBC will come in here and they'll get you. I know they will, because they're coming off a loss. I'm sure they're watching that film and scouting us with a lot of anger and a lot of focus. When you come off a loss, you seem to focus a little more. So it's going to be our job to get them back up and get them ready to go in here and go to war. We were ready to go to war tonight. I mean, we were on the floor. We were diving. I'll tell it like it is. I mean, when we play bad, I'll come in over here and tell you I was unhappy with the effort. Today, the effort was good. So, we got to get that effort again, coming back next game against UMBC.
Associate Head Coach Charlie Biscaglia, thanks a lot for your time. We'll talk to you again on Saturday.
Thanks. I want to appreciate everybody that listened, watched back home on the video, and also that came today. It was a busy day today with the football and everything, but we had a decent crowd here. I was a little worried we weren't going to get many, but the crowd was good, and everybody back home watching, back in Europe, everywhere, we appreciate you watching and supporting the team, and we're going to keep growing.
Again, the final score, Robert Morris defeats Coppin State 85-60 to improve to 2-1 on the season. We'll talk to you again on Saturday as the Colonials take on UMBC right here on NEC Front Row.